I think in 2015, when we mentioned earlier, and India were 173rd or something. I looked at the attendance figures. Atletico de Calcutta
Yeah.
had like 68,000 in attendance. A couple, not all the time, of course, but a couple of times that season. So you can't say that there's not a football culture in India because the stats and data show otherwise. I think it's very lazy just to be like, oh well, cricket's number one. It's a religion there. They all love it, which is true.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean there's no room for hockey or, as we're talking about today, football. And it was key. I was watching a John Abraham podcast, and he's actually partnering up with the local government. I think it's Shillong in North, because he's already a owner of Northeast United.
Yeah, that's where that is. Yeah.
Which is obviously an ISL League team, but he said something really interesting. He was like, he's actually gone to Ajax, Southampton, and Porto, and he's looked at their academies, learnt them, and obviously come back. So he's in the middle of building an academy, and he said that it's going to be between 8 to 18 years old, and it's actually going to be a full-on like boarding, education, and accommodation there.
Yeah,
so it's good to see someone big in Bollywood, because we all know Bollywood has a huge influence over people there doing something about it. Because I feel like if someone who's as big as him, an actor, shouts about it and cares about it, it'll automatically mean other cares about it. Like if you look at the other way, politicians aren't listening to our Indian head coach, but I'm sure they'll listen to a big Bollywood actor.
It's power. So the people in positions of power have to like advocate for the right direction. That's the most important thing. And the point I was going to make is like viewing figures. There was never going to be any doubt. India is a sports-loving country now. When someone does well, everyone gets behind them, right? Because you want it's like a sign of your country doing well. Like there's no shortage of people that are going to watch if the product's interesting. Yeah. So when it started, ISL, it had average viewing figures of 27,000, and every year, 24, and then it went up to 27. Then every year it's just slowly declined to the point where now it's only 12.
Yeah.
So they had a product people were interested in, and it just shows that whilst those figures have gone down, the Premier League have to like think about rolling out a subscription model so they can capitalize on the Indian market.
Yeah,
just how interested younger people are in football. And it's a cool thing now. Like when I was out in India, it's it's cooler to follow football than cricket. Cricket's like the mainstream sport that your dad followed, and of course there's like it's still the majority favorite sport.
But it's like who's got better football knowledge?
Exactly,
like the young guy.
Exactly, yeah. And like there's pockets where it's like the most important now. So I don't think that applies to the South or West Bengal because cricket's so prevalent there as well. But I think the one place where I think football overtook cricket was Goa. That was definitely the case while I was out there in like 2016 to 18. But I don't know about now. But I assume it would have stayed the same because football was growing, whereas cricket will be at a point where it's like at the same level. Do you know what I mean? Like it can't really grow much more than it is.
Yeah.
At this point. But you did a bit more research into like what else is happening now in terms of like the academies, like the Real Madrid Barca thing. I didn't come across that. Like, is there anything else that you can shed light on? There's
another thing that actually happened a couple of years ago now, but you know the City football group, like Man City, Melbourne City, New York City FC. Actually, they have a 65% in Mumbai City FC.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Right,
so City football
group.
Yeah. so we're hoping. I don't know if obviously if they've got like 10 clubs now, so I don't know if that's going to be their main priority. But they must have made that decision based on. Yeah, they must have had some information to base that decision around. That maybe
it's probably a hedge. That it's like once it does grow, they've already got a foot in the door.
Yeah.
Like fair enough. Yeah, makes sense.
But no, that was. I think that was quite good. I think as almost like how IPL has Bollywood owners like Preeti Zinta, Shah Rukh Khan. If basically ISL teams could have that,
I think Tendulkar owns Kerala. I think so. I think MS Dhoni's got. I assume that he's probably owns Chennai. I don't know, but I know he's involved. I think that's what the structures are. But my issue around it is that I just don't see as much promotion around it.
Yeah.
And they definitely have the influence to do it. So maybe it's just that it's not in my algorithm.
Well, John Abraham obviously talks about it, but that's because he's got a vested interest in it. But yeah, I do think that's important. But